Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. In this lesson I will briefly go over how to create and use components in SvelteKit. Just like React, SvelteKit also benefits from a component-based project structure where we should try to break down a complex page into multiple smaller components, thus keeping the actual page file really simple and easily readable. Readability isn't even the only benefit that a component-based structure offers. We will be able to reuse the same components in multiple pages, making the codebase smaller and more performant. If we do have some page-specific components, we could also keep them in that page's route directory, since Svelte will ignore anything in the routes directory that doesn't have a plus prefix. However, in my opinion, it's still better to keep components in a separate folder, since I don't want to cause confusion as the project grows. In general, the lib directory is the perfect place to keep components, but I do like to go a step further and create a components folder inside of it, making it easier to later differentiate between components, helpers, and so on. To show you how components work in action, let's take a button component as an example. I'm going to create a button.svelte file inside of source/lib/components. And here I can simply define the markup and behavior of the button. I want to keep it simple so there will be no special JavaScript or CSS involved at this time. I'm going to create an HTML button element with an onClick event that's simply going to log something to the console when clicked. And the button text can be whatever you want. Now I can go to the index page.svelte file and import this component in the script part. You can locate the component file either with a relative path or with a $lib alias. In general, I recommend using the alias wherever possible, because that way the import will look the same no matter in which folder you are located. Since I created a components folder inside the lib directory, my import will be from $lib/components/ the name of the component. Now I can simply render the component in the markup part of the page. Let's take this one step further. What if I want to have two buttons with different text on them? I can make an additional copy of the button, but the text is still going to be the same since this is a static component for now. In order to make it more reusable and flexible, we'll need to make the text in the button dynamic. Let's go back to the component file, and I'm going to create a script part since this is how we will change the behavior dynamically. Here I'm going to export a new variable by using export let followed by the name of the variable, which in my case will be text. Then, instead of the hard-coded button text in the markup part, I'm going to use the previously declared variable, within curly braces. Now I can go back to wherever I'm using the component, in this case the index page.svelte file, and simply pass the argument called text to the button element where I can define any value I want.